Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer! Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe. Day.
And you know what, Gabe? I was almost going to wear my Batman hat. That's so funny. Gabe and I are here for one of a few reactions we're going to bust out today. And this first reaction is for a short little teaser for a film called Ghani. It's a 2021 Telugu language sports drama film about the sport that I know way more than Gabe about, boxing, right? Pugilism, baby. And I'm just kidding. That's a lie. For anyone that doesn't know, Gabe was a former boxer. I'm a former boxing movie watcher. Okay, that's as far as I got. And this film stars Varun Tej as the title character, alongside some other fantastic actors, I'm guessing. And it comes out on Christmas Eve, one of my favorite days of the year. Gabe, are you excited for this?
Absolutely. You know, as a matter of fact, 2 of the last 3 Indian films we've watched have been fighting films, right? Have been boxing films.
Yeah.
We had Tufan, right? We saw Tufan, and what was the other one? Not Tufan. After Tufan. Sarpata. And you know, I had made the comments, right? Sarpata was an amazing story, right? The story was great, but the boxing just wasn't authentic. So that took me out of the film a little bit. And you know, people had to explain, like, look, it's not supposed to be like professional boxing. This is like backyard kind of thing. You know what I mean? Local neighborhoods thing. I'm like, all right, cool. It kind of makes sense. But Tufan actually had some more authentic boxing, things you would see, you know, in a real gym, real training montages and scenes, and I really love that about it. Unfortunately, that story wasn't as strong as the Zapata story. Like, hopefully in this one, we get a melding of the two, but, you know, it's a lot to ask. I am a huge fan of fight films, Nick. I know one of your favorite films of all time is Rocky. I love Rocky myself. The number one, right? And I mean, people may not feel this way. I do. I enjoy the Creed movies, the brand new Creed movies. I think Michael B. Jordan is a phenomenal actor. Absolutely. And, you know, with Sly Stallone still being in there, it does lend a little credence to it. But, dude, dude, have you ever seen the movie with, what's his name? Woody Harrelson and,
Play It to the Bone?
Yeah, Play It to the Bone. That's another favorite of mine. Muhammad Ali, played by Will Smith. That's one of my favorites.
A great one that no one knows about or talks about is Price of Glory. Okay? Price of Glory is Jimmy Smits. And I forget the other guy's name, but he's in a bunch of TV shows right now. That's a great one right there. That one, you got to check it out. I actually own it on DVD from the library here. And Jimmy Smits plays a boxer himself that didn't get too far. And so he just starts training his kids, like from the age of 3 or whatever. And he's training the 2 older ones. And, you know, one's got some issues. One is not, you know, got the gift, but it's the younger one, man. The younger one's got the skills. He's a killer. And so it's the story of all 3 of them and the dad who's just pushing it. It's a great film. It's got a lot of sad, tragic parts, but it's a film that no one ever talks about. I'm not sure how I was ever introduced to it, but I own it because it's fantastic.
I've seen just about every fight film. I've never seen that. I mean, Bad to the Bone, The Great White Hype. Well, that was a comedy more, but that one was awesome. Cinderella Man. I mean, I've seen so many Undisputed. I've seen so many fight films. I can't believe that got one under the radar. Now I have to watch it. But
fantastic.
You know, without any further ado, let's see if our next Indian film will be another boxing film.
Ooh, 3 out of 4. Watch yourself. So we're gonna go and check this out. Like Gabe said, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know what other reactions you want us to check out. All right, let's check this out in 3, 2, 1.
ప్రతి ఒక్కడి కథలో కష్టాలు కన్నీళ్లు ఉంటాయి, కోరికలు ఉంటాయి, కోపాలు ఉంటాయి, కనబడితే గొడవలు ఉంటాయి. అలాగే ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ప్రతి ఒక్కడికి ఛాంపియన్ అయిపోవాలన్న ఆశ ఉంటుంది. కానీ విజేతగా నిలిచేది ఒక్కడే. ఆ ఒక్కడు నువ్వెందుకు అవ్వాలి? Why you? ఆడినా ఓడినా రికార్డ్స్లో ఉంటావు కానీ గెలిస్తే మాత్రమే చరిత్రలో ఉంటావు.
Okay. Oh! That was a cool edited shot right there. Boom, 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 boom. Listen, we got very little in that teaser, very little. But let me tell you right now, I don't know why it's boxing films. Now, I like a lot of sports films in general, but I don't know why I love boxing films as much as I do. Like you said, Rocky's my favorite film of all time. It's a boxing film. I don't know why, but I do. You don't have to sell me too hard on a boxing film. You show me something that's not made in my backyard, I'm probably going to check it out. And I didn't get too much from that teaser. It could have a bunch of people that I'm not familiar with as far as Indian actors. I can care less because you're talking about, everyone goes to the record books, whether you win or lose, but only those that win become the champion or etched in history. That kind of stuff with the music there, that's all I need. Now, do I think this is going to be a huge, explosive boxing film with the greatest of all time? Maybe not. But going back to our boxing movies that we watch, I even like Real Steel, for crying out loud. And that's about robots boxing or whatever, okay? It doesn't take much to get me excited.
I think that what it is, Nick, is, and actually, it's in the Rocky Balboa film, when Rocky Balboa is up and he's trying to get his license back, right? And he's talking to the judge, and the judge is like, we're just trying to protect you from yourself. We're just trying to make sure you're okay. Yeah. And he's like, listen, what's wrong about a man going into the ring and just saying, I am? You know what I mean? And like, I'm even getting, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. You step in there.
Ego pop. Yeah.
And I'll just get chills with that line. That's how you feel about it. Like, listen, he's a man, I'm a man, you're going to go in there, it's mutual respect, but it's that. It inspires that in people. So that's why I think boxing films are very, very popular for that reason. With that being said, watching this, I can kind of already tell you part of the storyline where these guys are amateurs because they got the jerseys on, right? And you don't rock the jerseys unless you're fighting in the amateur circuit. And it looks like they're fighting in the local amateur circuit trying to get up there. And I'll tell you right now, it's a grueling task, bro. A grueling task. That's why anybody that ever makes it to the Olympic stage, bro, kiss their feet, all right? Because you don't understand the amount of beatings they've taken and handed out in order to just get there, cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go from, first you got to win, you win in your weight class, in your area, in your gym, your district. Then from there, you got to go to to the local. After local, you got city. After city, you got state. After state, you got county. Then after that, you go to Olympic trials and is it state count? Olympic trials, and then after you get through Olympic trials, you get to bro. You done banged out with some of the best of the best of the best just to get up there, cousin. Just saying. Daddy didn't even make it out of city, bro. I didn't make it out of city. And I still, look, the young boy's getting in shape. I told my son the other day, listen, don't get too proud with me, man. We're throwing the gloves, bro.
Oh, snap. Snap. I got to be careful what I say now.
Bro, so I'm like, listen, you have to understand that to get through that circuit is a gauntlet, bro. It's a gauntlet. So the respect you got to take off. And I actually enjoy watching films pertaining to amateur movies, which is Tufan was as well, right? He was fighting to represent India, right, in the Olympics. Because I think it's just the harder, grimier story, right? For the most part, man, when you watch big fight films, those guys are established, they got money, whatever, stuff like that, you know what I mean? But seeing the guys that got to still work a job or are literally, training in makeshift gyms or whatever, and that's the stuff that's inspiring, because the reality is that's where 90% of fighters, bro, 90.9% of fighters come from there. Because, to my dad's point, a lot of people that said, listen, there's easier ways to earn a living. If you can earn a living, there's easier ways to earn a living.
You gotta be stupid if you want to become a boxer, man.
Oh, that Rocky line. I love it. And it's two things. It's either you got no way out because that's your only way to get out of the streets, or you're bred into it because, your pops was a fighter, his pops was a fighter. That's the only two people I've ever met in my entire life that's been that become fighters. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, it's the grinders, bro. Those are the dudes. Because if you're like me, or you're kind of like you're birthed into it or whatever. You're not desperate. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it, but you're not desperate. But the ones that are desperate, that they're willing to die in there, bro, that's where you're just like, those are the guys that like, bro, you step in there with them and you can tell this man will rather die than let me beat him. And it's a different mentality, bro. It really, really is. I think the only fighter that I know of that has been greater than his predecessors as far as like family lineage is Floyd Mayweather Jr. And you know how I feel about him. You know how I feel about him. But he was better than both his pops and his uncle. And they weren't no slouches, right? But very few fighters, bro, that grow up with any privilege. Like Julio Cesar Jr. Chavez, the junior, bro, I saw that guy get wrecked by my sparring partners in my gym. Trash, bro. They handpicked this. I love, and this is way off topic. I love watching him lose his first fight because they had this inflated record for him, bro. Like 20-something and 25 and 0. Yeah, they were picking like the worst, softest dudes to put in there against them. Until he went in there against a real lion, a guy that they thought was done, right? A journeyman, Nick, that was like over the, kind of over the hill or whatever.
Was his name Chuck Wepner?
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, I'm supposed to be the sacrificial lamb for this kid? I'm going to show you what it is. And bro, he got the bricks beat off of him. Oh, I loved it. Dude, because even in boxing, nepotism exists. You know what I'm saying? But man, I know I'm going off the rails as usual. I'm excited for this film. And I think they'll kill us if we do like 3 out of the last 4 Indian films we react to are all boxing films. But yeah, you just talked to me about my favorite sport, about something that's such a big part of my life. The kid might have to go ahead and watch it.
Oh, absolutely. Let us know if you want us to check this out. Let us know if you're excited about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Gabe says please. And until next time.
That's 6 runs.